Jyoti Jaipancholi, Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Microwave Engineering. So, in the last video, we learned about the various microwave active devices. Now, today in this video, we are going to learn about the last topic of this chapter, that is the microwave tubes. So, we have learned about the various tubes in the previous video, like the klystron, DWT. So, that provides the linear beam and they considered to be as a O type of the beam. The other kind of the beam, that is other kind of the tube, in which the electric field and the magnetic field, they are perpendicular to each other. This type of the beam, that is known as the M type of the beam, N type of the tube. So the N type of the tube, that for example the magnetron. So we are going to discuss about the magnetron. The magnetron, that is one, it was invented by the Hull in the 1921. Then after, the high power magnetron that was generated by the Randall and the Wood in the year of the 1939. So this way the high power tubes that is invented. So what is a magnetron? A magnetron is a high powered vacuum tube that generates the non-consistent microwaves with built-in resonators or bispatial oscillators or the solid-state devices to control the frequency. The electromagnetic energy created from a magnetron that can travel at the speed of the light, and it is the same type of the energy used in the radio and the television broadcasting. So normally in the studio, if we will visit, we found this. Again, we know that in the microwave oven for generating the microwaves, this magnetron that is used. So this is the image you can see over here. It's an image of the magnetron. So what we are going to discuss in this? We are going to discuss the construction. We are going to discuss the applications. We are going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages and the conclusion for the magnetron. So these are the topics that we need to cover for the magnetron. Here we will understand about the magnetron. Here you can see in the diagram that there are the n number of cavities. They are tightly coupled to each other. And the effect of the electric field that we can see while the electric waves are traveling. Another way you can see that the electric and the magnetic field, they are perpendicular to each other, and due to the magnetic field which is present, here you can see that the electric wave which is traveling, okay, they can be bended. Okay, so here you can see that the wave that is bent. So it is the effect of the magnetic field. Similarly, when both the waves they are present, so effect of the cross field that we found. So here you can see that around the center how the electric waves that are bent, okay, and due to the presence of the magnetic field, and they will travel from the one cavity to the other cavity. So as shown in the figure, a cavity magnetron consists of a hot filament that kept or pulse at a high negative potential by a high voltage direct current power supply, and the cathode is built into the center of the particular cylindrical chamber, circular chamber. So magnetic field which is parallel to the filament environment and is imposed by an electromagnet. The magnetic field that causes the electrons attracted to the positive outer part of the chamber to spatial outer in a circular path rather than moving directly to the center. So here you can see that effect is that in the first diagram how the end cavities they are tightly coupled. There is an anode and the cathode. We are applying the supply voltage, the electric field, okay, the magnetic field, both attract, and how this wave which are traveling and through the particular cavity, how we obtain that particular waves. So this is the construction, okay, in which we found the functioning of the magnetron. So spaced around the ring of the chamber are the cylindrical cavities, and the cavities are open along their length and connect the common cavity. Space as electrons sweep past this opening, they induce a resonant high frequency radio field in the cavity, and they will make a group of all the waves. So a portion of the waves, you have seen earlier diagram, a portion of the waves in the field is extracted with the short antenna, and which is connected with the waveguide, and through which it is transmitted, okay. And we know that, okay, how we have the microwaves in case of the microwave oven, or how you will transmit the waves using the high gain antenna. The applications of the magnetron are radar application, heating application, and the lighting application. The application, that is the radar, in the radar application, that you know that what is the radar, that okay, so in the radar, okay, that the waveguide is used, it is connected with the antenna, and the magnetron that is also operated with the very short applications, very short pulses, which is applied and which is given with the high power transmitted wave energy, okay, and that energy that is being radiated into the space. The other application that we are using in the microwave ovens, that are the heating particular application. So in the microwave ovens, the waveguide leads to a radio frequency transparent port into the cooking chamber. It is important that there is a food in the oven when it is operated, so that these waves are absorbed, okay, and rather than the reflecting, the waves can be absorbed, and the intensity of this waves that can cause the arcing, and this way we can also use the microwave for heating the food. The other applications, okay, in which the microwave that excited lighting systems such as the sulfur lamps, the magnetron that provides the microwave field and that pass through the waveguide. So this way the lighting application, the microwave magnetrons, that is can be used. The oscillations of the magnetron was first observed and not by the Augustin Zech, professor at the Charles University, Prague, in the Czech Republic. The first magnetron that was developed was the two-pole magnetron, and also known as the split anode magnetron, which had relatively low efficiency. And the cavity version, that is the properly referred to as a resonant cavity magnetron, that proved to be far more useful. So it is about the magnetron. Advantage of the magnetron: it's a fairly efficient devices in a microwave oven. For instance, an 1100 watt input will generally create about 700 watts of microwave energy and efficiency of around 65%. The combination of the small cavity magnetron, small antennas and high resolution allowed small high quality radars to be installed in the aircraft. They are costly and hence limited in use. Although the cavity magnetrons are used because they generate a wide range of the frequency and the frequency is not precisely controllable. The use of the radar itself has reduced to some extent as more accurate signals have generally been needed and developers have moved to Klystron and PWT system for the accurate frequency. The health hazards due to the microwave radiation. As we know that the effect of the microwaves onto the health of the human being as well as the other living things. So, as the lens of the eye has no cooling blood flow, it is particularly prone to overheating when exposed to microwave radiation. And this heating that can lead to a higher incidence of the cataract in the later life. A microwave oven with a wrapped door and the poor microwave ceiling that can be also hazardous. This way it can be useful as well as some disadvantages are there also for the microwave magnetron. So the size of the cavities determine the resonant frequency. So based on the resonant frequency required, what we can do, we can put the size of the cavity and thereby the frequency of the emitted waves also changes. Voltage applied and the properties of the cathode that determine the power of the device. Even though the magnetron is widely used at the place which require the high power, and it is also avoided where the accurate frequency control is required. So it is about the magnetron. So thank you very much everyone.